The night wind whipped against the sails, black as the deepest darkness, as the ship cut through the waves. Staring at the sail, Theseus's mind drifted back to his father, King Aegeus. "If you return alive, my son," he had said, "come back with a white sail, so I may see your victory from afar." The words echoed in his head, and visions of Athens, the royal palace, and the cheering citizens flashed before his eyes. His gaze then shifted to Perigune, sitting quietly with the other young Athenians, her sadness a mirror of his own. Suddenly, Glaucus, the Cretan prince, approached from the bow, his men flanking him. "Enjoying your trip, Prince of Athens?" he sneered, a familiar arrogant smirk playing on his lips. Theseus let out a short breath. "This is no pleasure cruise. I am not a traveler, but a warrior, sent to break the chains Crete has placed on Athens." Glaucus chuckled, his eyes glinting in the dark. "Not a single soul has ever returned from the labyrinth Daedalus built. In its heart, you will face the Minotaur. But it's not just a monster. It's a half-man, half-bull, born of a god's curse." "Then I have all the more reason to fight," Theseus declared, his voice unwavering. "I am prepared. I will slay the beast and end the sorrow of my people. And then, Glaucus, if you're still breathing, you and I will finish our own fight." Glaucus's eyes turned cold as ice. "A bold wish. The odds of you emerging from that maze alive are so slim, even the gods would laugh. My only goal is to see the Prince of Athens perish in Crete. That will be my revenge." The night deepened, and the only sound was the rhythmic crash of waves against the hull. Later, Theseus quietly pulled Perigune aside. "An opportunity will come soon," he whispered. "When I give the signal, you must take the others and escape to the nearest island. This is a battle I must face alone." Perigune's eyes widened in fear. "You can't. How could we leave you? Not with Glaucus and his soldiers still on this ship." "They don't matter," Theseus insisted. "Glaucus is the only real threat. I can overpower the rest once he's asleep." She closed her eyes and, after a long moment, nodded her silent agreement. Theseus began to cautiously patrol the ship, peeking into Glaucus's chamber. But the Cretan prince remained awake, seemingly for hours. Impatience gnawed at him. Finally, after draining a bottle of wine, Glaucus slumped over and fell into a deep sleep. Holding his breath, Theseus gave Perigune the signal. Now, he swiftly neutralized the two guards from behind and knocked the helmsman unconscious, taking control of the wheel. The ship began to turn slowly toward a small island on the horizon, Perigune, and the Athenians watched, their hearts pounding in their chests. But then a sharp voice cut through the night. "What are you all doing up so late?" It was one of Glaucus's men, his gaze suspicious as he approached Perigune. "Oh, it's nothing," she stammered, trying to force a smile. "I was just admiring the starlight." But the soldier wasn't buying it. His eyes darted toward the helm, where he saw the fallen helmsman and Theseus steering the ship. "What is the meaning of this?" he demanded. Just giving the helmsman a much-needed break, Theseus replied calmly. The soldier's eyes, however, fell to the unconscious guards on the deck. Treachery, he roared, drawing his sword and lunging toward Peregion, just as I suspected. You're trying to escape. In a flash, Theseus leaped between them, his own sword meeting the soldiers with a shower of sparks. They clashed in a fierce duel, steel ringing against steel. Finally, Theseus's blade found its mark, knocking the sword from his opponent's hand. As the soldier stumbled back, their helmet fell off, revealing not a man, but a woman. Medea, Theseus gasped, stunned. She met his gaze with a cynical smile. Yes, it is I, Medea, the sorceress you banished from Athens. I found my way to Crete, and I have waited for this day, for my revenge. Revenge. You still hold on to that hatred, of course. You destroyed my name, ridiculed my magic. You won't be escaping to any island tonight, Theseus. I am not the one escaping, he said, his eyes burning with resolve. The young people of Athens will go to the island. I am going to Crete. Their blades crossed several more times, but Theseus couldn't land a decisive blow. His sword always seemed to just miss her. Suddenly, a tremendous crash echoed through the air. The ship had run aground on the shore of the island. Seizing the moment, Medea jumped from the deck onto the sand. She limped away into the darkness, clearly having injured her leg in the fall. Watching her retreat, Theseus murmured, "Though you are my enemy, you were once my father's wife. I cannot bring myself to kill you." He turned and shouted to Peregrine now, "Take everyone to the island. I swear I will return for you. You must come back alive, Theseus," she cried, her voice trembling. Theseus climbed back to the helm and wrestled the ship free from the shore. He turned its bow back towards the open sea, back towards Crete. But something was wrong. He glanced towards Glaucus's room, but the Cretan prince was gone. A dreadful feeling washed over him. No, it can't be. ... double quotes just then. A booming voice echoed from the island. "Farewell, Theseus. Enjoy Crete." There, standing on the shore, was Glaucus, and next to him, held captive, was a grief-stricken Peregrine. The ship was already moving away, the distance growing irreversible. As darkness enveloped him, the black sails billowed silently overhead. Ahead lay only Crete, and the shadow of the Minotaur waiting in its labyrinth.